What's going on, everybody?
Welcome to the show,
Welcome
Victors.
to the show, to the studio, to probably what's going to be an emotional discussion.
All I'm going to ask is that we dial this back a little bit more than we did on the heart.
Well,
let's be professionals.
We'll be a little professional.
We got a little emotional on that video.
However, just to get it out of the way, and so we're perfectly clear about the heart. Alright, so we got that out of the way.
Yes.
About
Welcome back.
So in case you guys were wondering what we're talking about, Port Saint Lucie recently unveiled their master plan for what they're calling Walton and One. Their new downtown area where they're hoping to jumpstart what I believe is
Mini Miami?
Mini Miami, the new city. They're going to try to make it into a downtown city-esque location.
Could be. I don't think it will work.
I don't think it's going to work either.
I think that it's just bad money and bad idea.
Yeah, so for years they've been talking about redeveloping a downtown closer to the US 1 area to rival that of either Stewart, Tradition, and Fort Pierce.
The question is Port Saint Lucie failing us?
Is Port Saint Lucie failing us? Okay, so to answer that question, they just approved unanimously by the City Council the building of a 6,000 seat soccer stadium
located at Walton Road and US 1 Road. I thought you would have known. Yeah. All right.
So
it's a 46 acre.
The whole place is 46 acres. Is it 46 acres for the whole stadium, or is it the whole development?
Whole development.
The whole development.
Okay. So right now they have the Mid-Florida Civic Center, and it's got a ginormous parking lot area. So I guess 46 acres worth of parking and a couple of businesses. Right up front by US 1 in that area, there's a couple of businesses. Are they going to eminent domain those businesses? Or are they going to buy them? That's Port Saint Lucie City Council. Are you buying them or are you eminent domaining them?
Well,
so I believe, what was it, 27? Is it $27 million? The
$27 million. No, the stadium is much more. I don't know the exact number that the stadium is. The reimbursement from Port Saint Lucie will be the $27.5 million at, what is it, at opening?
Yes.
When it opens, the city will then restart their refund payment, reimbursement payment. I don't know if that's a one lump sum they're going to just cough
over
up.
20 years, I think is what it said.
Yeah, so it's paid back.
So here's the important thing to remember. According to their press release, the funds, the $27.5 million reimbursement to, I believe, Ebenezer, who is
Ebenezer developer.
So
is going to pay all up front. They're going to pay for the whole cost of putting it in, the construction, everything up front. And then on, I guess, opening day, more or less, the city will then start paying back their payments.
Now, it's important to mention, they are saying that no city funds in the general fund will be used for the stadium build. However, they specifically say general funds. So I don't know how a city budget works, but I'm sure that general funds is just one part.
And they're going to pay that off over 20 years. It's going to bring insane amounts of traffic.
I mean, already. Okay.
And noise.
Port Saint Lucie.
The construction alone is going to be debilitating to the whole area.
So the area that's being built is actually right down the street from us. You have, it's right, so what is it? Veterans Memorial goes across to Walton Road.
Yes.
And that's what we take to get down to Indian River Drive.
It's what I take to get to work almost every day because they've got Floresta torn up to 7-year construction project.
Yeah, so right away, this is going to impact us. I mean, even if it's just our joyriding and you're going to work.
What year do they project? Are they projecting to open this?
27 or 2027 is when they're expecting it to be operational.
March of 2027.
Yes.
So, right. So you're
3
looking at a
years.
year and 5 months.
Is it
from now?
26. Yeah, a year.
So a year and 5 months from now, they're going to be finished with it. They have not broken ground. I don't see them finishing all that construction in a year. They haven't even finished Midway Road in 9 years.
Be serious.
They're still working on Floresta
Port
Road
Saint
that
Lucie
they've been using
Boulevard
forever.
is still a mess.
I'm like,
then again, okay, here's another. You said Port Saint Lucie City, are they failing us? They hired a road construction company to finish Port Saint Lucie Boulevard, who had a D or an F rating in the Better Business Bureau because they underbid contracts, they start work, then they demand more money, and they stop working until they get paid.
We have a Mets stadium that we can't fill.
We have...
And it's used for nothing. So they don't use it for anything, what? Fireworks and the Mets, right?
So the St. Lucie Mets. So the stadium is, I can't remember the stadium, but I'm probably going to show some information here. It's where the Mets have their spring training in their low single A St. Lucie Mets baseball team.
Yeah.
So when you talk about low single A, you're talking about the lowest league of the minor leagues.
And I've been going to that stadium, and I know it's changed probably names and companies and all that or whatever, but I've been going there since probably the year or two after it was built.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And now I don't go to every game, I don't go all the time, I don't even go every year, but the games I've went to, I've never been there when the stadium's even been halfway full.
No.
Let alone close to full.
Now,
in the beginning, it used to fill up pretty good with a good group of locals who bought season tickets, but I don't even see that.
The only
area like it used to be.
I haven't been home for a full year, so I'm assuming spring training it's packed because that's when all the big guys come. I'm assuming it's packed at that point.
I thought the St. Lucie Mets, the professionally, or the St. Lucie Mets. The Mets professionally did not train here. That was the thing. They trained somewhere else.
No, they do. They play here. They train and play here just for spring training.
I thought they didn't. I thought for spring training they didn't. That was what people thought, but they actually do not train here.
Like I'm 99% sure that they do because
we'll have to do a
also
little research.
When players get injured, they come here to rehabilitate. This is where they.
Now, I get what minor leagues and under leagues do. I get what their purpose is to keep players who could possibly move up the ranks in playing condition. I get the gist of it, and you make some money.
Well, also like when professional players, like there was a pitcher, and I can't remember who it was at this point. He got hurt. It was I can't remember his name. DeGrom for the Mets got hurt a couple years ago. And he had surgery, and then he came and he played for the. They call it rehab. He came down for rehab after surgery to rehab with the Mets, and then he played a game for the St. Lucie Mets, and it was hilarious because the tweets were. I mean, you're talking about 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old kids playing against one of the best pitchers in the country. The tweets were great, but you have this stadium. St. Lucie County owns this stadium, and they lease it to the Mets.
Right. But it's used for almost nothing else.
So
it sets empty more than it ever has things going on.
Now St. Lucie County is allowed to use it, and they use it on the outside. Yeah. So they have like festivals, they have 5Ks, they have stuff on the outside of it. Food festivals, nothing inside. So everybody's talking about, now we have the opportunity to have concerts. We have the opportunity
a 6,000 square foot soccer stadium. It's like
we have the Met Stadium,
and they've never once
used.
done anything in it that could have been profitable to the city
easily.
And I just don't see this being any different. I know we get 24. I think it said, right? 24 events.
24 events a year.
Event slots or whatever, however they factor that, whatever they're calling it. Now, I mean, maybe it could be good for the city if they bring in like monster truck rallies for the people that dig that, or like concerts, because you could have hella concerts, 6,000 seat stadium.
You could have.
You can even bring a 3-day festival.
Yeah. You do the same thing.
We obviously know, if you've ever looked at the areas around that surround most stadiums in the United States, they get rough.
Yeah.
That's not where anybody wants to live. So it's usually, they're rough neighborhoods usually, and it just drives down property value. I just don't see how they're planning on it having high-rise luxury apartments and all this stuff that they're posting, because nobody wants to live next to a loud, bright stadium on a daily basis.
The whole thing, they're calling it the Walton and One master plan. It's going to be a mixed-use commercial and residential area where they're going to be building condos, apartment buildings, new businesses. What are they going to do? Start bringing in more chains? I mean, this town is full of chain restaurants.
I try to hope that if it is something that is unstoppable, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, and I'm hoping that the positives to it can offset all the negatives that we know are coming. Traffic, possible higher crime, lower property values, to driving out of people that currently live in that area because, they're going to buy up the property.
Low income jobs. Yeah,
and we're talking jobs. I don't remember the number of jobs they said it would bring, but I think
it was like 200.
It was like $26,000 average income for those. I mean, that's what.
Okay, so
you can't live. One person cannot live on $26,000 a year, independent.
What they're touting this to be, every mention of the entire thing is a professional soccer team.
Yeah.
They keep saying a professional soccer team. Now, look, everybody understands minor leagues and stuff like that, but when you hear professional soccer team, everybody's mind, like if they say a professional baseball team, professional football team, you're going to think of the major league.
Yes, that's what you automatically think.
Automatically, when they say you're bringing in a professional soccer team, you think MLS, Major League Soccer.
Yeah, it's not.
This is not. This is the third level, which is, what was it, the USL 1?
That means they could possibly send some high-up people here to train if they were injured, like you said. But these guys are probably never bumping up to the national league.
So, for example, the St. Lucie Mets, due to their brand new collective bargaining agreement for the minor league teams, their league minimum was $26,200 a year. These guys, according to what you said, was, what was it, $2,200 a month?
The players the average across the board players, according to my search, they say they make $2,200 to $2,500 a month. Which is, they also go on to say that the average is about $40,000 a year, but that's, excuse me, that's taking into effect housing allowance, medical bonuses, and their salaries. So it's everything together. They're figuring they make about $40,000. Now they do say some star players. Now what that means at that level, I don't know. But some of your best, obviously, are going to possibly be making between $3,500 and $4,000 a month, which is, I guess, your high-end players. And
so
I just.
You're talking about a player who's making at most, let's say $3,000.
You're talking about
very most
professional
$3,000
players that are not going to come out of. They're going to range in between $40,000 to maybe close to $60,000 a year.
Okay, in Port Saint Lucie, you have to make over 80 just to make it.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, and they're talking about all the jobs it's bringing, but they're talking about a job average of $26,000. I mean, what is that? McDonald's pays that a year?
I don't even know if
Target?
Is. Yeah.
I think you can make a lawn crew at a low level and a small crew. You can make $26,000 working those kind of jobs, but you can't live.
You can't live in
that.
Port. You cannot live
solo,
in Port Saint Lucie for the income you're going to earn from these couple of jobs. Now, if they expand and they make it bigger and they have the more commercial, they have the more this, they have the more that. Maybe.
And that doesn't mean there aren't going to be some high-end jobs. There's obviously going to be managers and people that run the team itself and the stadium, and also any restaurants and or hotels or apartments. They're all going to have higher end, people involved in that. So there are going to be some high-end jobs, but you're talking for the most part, for the masses, it's basically just going to be like working at the mall or something.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe that money that the managers and operators are going to have
and don't get me
bring
wrong,
up the average amount of the average income.
I don't mean to sound like an asshole, like that's beneath anybody or they're not good enough if they only make that.
No.
I just fear for them because that's bringing a lot of jobs for people. But how are they going to staff it when it doesn't even make enough for people to live off of?
You can't
get that salary up where people can live off of it, and then it's a much. I mean, you could sell this to me, even though all the shit it's going to bring, if it was bringing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year jobs where people could live a decent life off of it, and then they go, hey, we take the sacrifice for the good of the many.
Yeah,
but we're not even talking good of the many.
You can't. I mean, to live in Port Saint Lucie with the taxes, with the cost of living, with gas alone. I mean, unless you're making over 80, I don't see how you can make it here. I mean, houses already are 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
Yeah, houses are right now in this area are just ridiculous. I don't think you can really find a decent home for under 250,000.
I can't think you can find one under 3.
How do they think that the stadium is going to earn any money? Except if it was bringing in people from other cities. If it's not just St. Lucie County and Martin County coming in to watch this, because obviously that would make them no money. So that means people from other cities, potentially other states, coming in to watch this soccer.
Well, the theory
Where are they driving these people in from? We're nowhere near a road that could take more traffic.
Yeah.
US 1 cannot afford
that's why
traffic.
None of the roads
Walton
can.
Road, there's no way. Port Saint Lucie Boulevard and Crosstown is going to take the brunt of that highway traffic coming off. They are packed on a regular basis.
Well, that's
Port Saint Lucie Boulevard doesn't even have an entrance to 95.
Listen, well, Gatlin, and you come down and make the left.
Yet
Anyway,
still.
I don't know if it's correlated or not, and we didn't think about it at the time, but they are trying to get a road passed.
Yeah,
that is going to connect with basically Tradition and US 1. It's going to be like a crosstown, but in a little bit different location.
It's in
and
between
it makes sense that they're going to try to put one on either side of this massive stadium for in and out traffic. So people coming from the south, people coming from the north.
It goes currently. There's
which also makes sense why Crosstown is so ornate over the bridge. Yeah. I always wondered about like why did they put so much pizzazz into this one little bridge area of Crosstown? It's just an express road.
They want that entire area on US 1 to be downtown.
They think it's going to upscale it. I'm afraid it's going to. I hope for the best, but I'm afraid it's going to do what I've seen in every other place that's ever brought in stadiums. Most every other place is it just goes downhill.
Okay, it's going to raise the taxes for the properties that surround it, including all the way over here, which is not a few miles away. And what happens is that the people that live here can't afford it, and they leave, and these turn into slumlord homes, and we just have...
And people avoid the neighborhoods because it's not safe.
Or you do it the opposite way, where the city's going to buy it up and try to expand out, which is what I think they're going to try to do.
Yeah, but you're always going to have that buffer between where the city figures they needed what they needed, and then they're done buying. And then between there and where the safe neighborhoods and people want to live and property taxes affordable, you're gonna have this horrible zone.
Where, on the side of the
now I could be wrong, but if you really do a research into most stadiums and look at they're either in industrial areas or they're in downtown areas that have just went to shit after they put the stadium in. It's just the way it is.
I mean, if you look at it, with the what's it called, the Port Saint Lucie, the port, they're already starting to try to develop along the river. That's going to be where it ends. That's going to be the end of the where they're trying to build the city. They're going to try to build to there.
You go around the Tampa Stadium. You go around the Jacksonville Stadium.
Dolphin Stadium.
The Dolphin Stadium. The neighborhoods around there are not someplace anybody wants to live. There's bums and or nightlife that you don't want to be around. Always around those general areas.
Well,
now that doesn't mean they make them look completely hideous or they're run down and untaken care of.
I mean, there's a reason they built there is because the land is cheap. But here's two things. One, personally, I'm not against the stadium. I think a soccer stadium, I don't care about soccer.
Out west of town, I'm fine
exactly.
with it. Out by the interstate where the traffic can be off and on and not have to drive all the way through your town. Where it makes
more sense. They're building west. Mm-hmm. All the new housing developments are building west. I personally think they're building west so people can move from east to west so they can start buying up more land.
It's crazy though too, because you're also taking people further away from the whole reason of living here, which is the river and the ocean. That's the whole reason you live on the coastline in Florida, especially in South Florida, where it's becoming daily over and more populated, and you're dealing with more and more traffic and more and more crap.
I just want to know why a city like Port Saint Lucie, who is so close to a place like Fort Pierce, who does not encourage growth, why they are encouraging tourism here when this is a retirement community. That is what
every move that they're making is taking away from the retirement and making it into an actual city.
I also think since the envision of Port Saint Lucie and the whole hype of how it was going to be the city of the future for Florida, and they had that whole newspaper thing, I think it's always been the city council or whatever here's job and role is to blow this up into this new place to want to live. So it's got to have entertainment, it's got to have things. Because what do people do when they say they come here? All you got's the beach.
There's no entertainment.
All you got's the beach. There's nothing to do. There's no
but is the stadium the entertainment we want?
But that's I agree. And I definitely don't agree that I want it in downtown US 1 where everybody has to go to work and that's a major thorough.
Makes people want to come, not so that they can go to one event and then the day's over.
Because they built the interstate correctly. It's far enough outside of town that it keeps your town intact. You don't have this major interstate running through it like you do through Miami and down in that area.
Absolutely.
Which was smart, but the problem is now they're making it to where they have so much crap. They're going to put this stadium in and back up traffic and make it so horrible that there's good portions of the year that you're going to have to go all the way to 95, down to wherever you get off for work, and then all the way back into the coast where your jobs are.
Yep.
Because you can't make it through that congestion that's going to be during construction, during any time there's a game, if it's popular. Now, it might be one of them things where the game time comes, you got 12 extra cars on the road, and you hear crickets because it's just a flop.
Yeah,
that's what
and then all that money is lost.
It's a major
and
league.
We still are on the hook for the 27.5.
It's a professional soccer league. I don't know how many people go to soccer games. I haven't looked it up, like in Miami or Orlando, where they have MLS soccer teams. Okay, people like soccer. I get that. How many people in Port Saint Lucie are going to go to a soccer game?
How many people in Port Saint Lucie are going to go? I mean, it is, but it's not just because would they go to a soccer game. It's can they afford to go? With jobs that pay what they pay in Port Saint Lucie, and now you're bringing a whole bunch of other jobs that pay what they pay in Port Saint Lucie. Can that actually be a sustainable thing that people go, I'm into that soccer team, I'm buying season tickets, or I'm buying a ticket.
And not only that, but a soccer team that is so low level. You know what I mean? You're talking about an exceedingly low level team.
We have a friend who's a really big soccer fanatic. I never grew up on it. I'm football, baseball, hockey, stuff like that. But it would be nice to hear his input on like the team and the soccer stuff because I don't know soccer. I mean, I remember Leah Hamm. She tore her shirt off after one win and whatever. See, I don't even know that much. Mia Hamm, and that was a big hyped up thing for months on social media, but that's about all I know about soccer.
I mean, to be honest with you, if it was a women's soccer team, I would see more people going.
Yeah, well, you get a lot of women that would go just in that solidarity and support thing.
I honestly wouldn't. I would think that that it would be. I mean, it's possible they might have a women's team too.
But it would be better to have a professional women's team than a third level down any other team.
And that's the thing.
The closer it is to a professional or to a major level,
league,
the more people want to go.
Right. You know? So you're building the stadium in a very horrible spot for a stadium to anchor the downtown, the Walton and One development that they want to do, the new downtown. Okay. Well, you chose a very low level minor league soccer team.
Well, here's the point too. Is like, go ahead.
How much are the tickets going to be? Yeah. So the Mets tickets are very, very reasonable. Yeah. And now that I'm home, and once I get money, more money incoming, I plan on going there all the time. I don't care if I go alone. I love baseball. I would be willing on my
weekends off to go, if they play on the weekends, I don't even know, to go to a few games throughout the season, I wouldn't mind. I like baseball. I like, going to the thing. Right now, it wouldn't do me any good, but usually when I'm, you go, you have a hot dog, a beer, you enjoy the game. It's fun. It's something to do. It gets you out of the house, gives you an activity. And soccer may be the same way. I definitely, as much as I'm ranting about it and worrying about it, I will go and see what it's about. Once it opens, I will go to a game.
We'll do a video. We'll go. We'll check it out.
Do we have enough soccer lovers here to even drive enough attention? And what happens to all that surrounding area and the property and the stadium if it's not making enough money to function?
In.
Well, to take care of the grounds.
Yeah.
To take care of the building. I mean, you have to make enough. I mean, either that or your tax money is going to have to kick in and start paying maintenance fees.
Even taxes, you run into the big circle of life.
Yeah.
You raise taxes so high and nobody's going there, all the businesses are going to go out.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
there's a lot of worry in it. I just don't get where their heads were without. I don't think we're to that point in our area yet.
There's potential.
The location is just bad, all day bad.
The location is horrible for us living so close to the stadium. I think it's a horrible location. I don't think the infrastructure can handle it.
That's setting right on the front end of that preserve.
Yeah.
So what happens to that when the neighborhood starts going to shit and everything starts going downhill? What happens to all that nature preserve right there that's so important to the Florida coastline?
Yeah, that's the vital wetland, the Savannah Preserve.
Yeah, so what happens to all of that in the hubbub?
Then you have all the houses eastward that it's going to be dealing with all the extra pollution that comes from it, whether it be light, actual pollution, ground pollution, air pollution. You have all that.
Be interesting to see.
Now, like I said, I personally am not against the stadium if it was where it would benefit better.
If they were putting it out in tradition, there anywhere, like to the west side of what is that road called? The
Glades Cutoff. 95.
No, well, yeah, but it's Industry Road or whatever it's called. That main road where the Heart's at. That road.
Oh yeah.
Which turns into Tradition Boulevard or whatever on the other side. I can't
remember what it's called.
Whatever that's called.
Yeah.
If they put it out there.
Where all the new houses.
But they're not going to put it out there because they got all them $400,000 and $500,000 homes going in out there, and then people ain't going to tolerate that shit in their backyard.
No, and the funny thing is, out of everybody in Port Saint Lucie, maybe the people who live out there would be more interested in soccer.
And it seems like they don't really give a shit what the city residents have to say because you go to the meetings, they just tell you to shut up and calm down and be quiet.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try to put a video of the city council telling the guy to be quiet.
No, quiet down.
I am absolutely fed up, and I'm not as eloquent as some of these other people. And I'm gonna say it like it is. You guys announced the stadium. The city went absolutely ballistic. The comments on all the posts about your fantastic stadium was, "This is garbage. This is garbage. We don't want it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it." You pepper the audience with a couple of big shots who come in here and say, one guy, the second guy that I heard speak, he's a developer, talking about the Miami soccer team that has Messi.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to keep your voice down.
We're going to compare Miami with Messi to some third-rate soccer team coming to Port Saint Lucie playing 6,000 seats. We can't fill Port Saint Lucie Mets Stadium. It's empty. $6, $1 beer and $1 hot dog. You can't fill the stadium. You can't even fill it halfway. You're talking about a 6,000. That stadium doesn't get utilized. We can be having concerts over there. Nothing. Everything you guys do is a fail. And you sit here and approve this thing and talk about it like it's some grand thing. Everybody here can't stand it. There's a handful of people that you peppered in to speak about it, and everybody else in the city, all the comments on all the posts, negative, negative, negative. How about a bridge to the beach? Do we have that? No. Where's that? How about that? Do we have that? Why can't we get to our own beach in our own city? We have to go to another county. You guys are worried about all these things and you're failing. We got a big stupid heart.
He was upset and he is boisterous and he is loud, but he's not ever at any point even remotely threatening.
My favorite part
He's just emotional.
My favorite part is he talks about the heart.
He likes it as much as we do.
Yeah.
So I guess kindred spirits.
Yeah, in the roadway that they want to build between US 1 and 95 goes right between two neighborhoods.
I'm pretty sure they already shut that down, though, didn't they?
From what I understand, they said no.
That's what I thought. But then again, if they're putting a stadium in while everybody's screaming no, then who knows what they'll do.
And then there was a recent developer who put in a proposal that got turned down, and people are saying, oh, well, that's because he didn't have a heart made.
You know how much money this building, this thing, yeah, that's funny. This thing has to make in order for it to be profitable?
A lot. At least 27 million. You know, I mean, but I could see the potential. You have a stadium, and like I said, it's going to suck for us. Well, but you have a stadium. You build around it. You build actual restaurants, not chain restaurants.
Is that where they think the money's going to come from? Is all the supportive businesses that will grow around the stadium?
Yeah, because that's where the taxes are going to come from.
I'm telling you, this stadium better be beautiful, because there ain't no business going to want to dump them beside a loud ass stadium.
It looks good.
If it doesn't absolutely dazzle.
But the thing is, Port Saint Lucie, they had the development for the what was it, it had something to do with it was a tech proposal. It was a big tech. We'll look that up.
I thought they shut that down, though.
Yeah, but what was it?
I don't remember what it was.
It failed magnificently. Then Amazon is the only thing around here that really makes much money.
But I thought they were fighting with even that new community. They were having problems out there getting everything approved and getting it.
The farms?
Yeah, the farm community out there of Citrus. Now renamed or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I thought there was some issues with them trying to get everything they wanted out there.
I think that's Matney Holmes. That's why he made the heart.
Okay, that's why. So he's probably not battling it anymore.
Yeah, he's not. He made the heart, and
made
everything
a big chrome heart
over there
that we all super love.
But there was some tech program that they started, and I can't remember what it was, that failed. And millions of dollars of infrastructure went into it. There's no high-paying jobs here. There's none. We need to bring in jobs. We need to bring in, but first we also need to figure out there's nothing to do here, and that was one of the big sticking points of the discussion. Was St. Lucie residents were asking for a road to the bridges in St. Lucie County, or a bridge to the beaches.
Yeah, because we have to either go down to Martin County or north
to Fort Pierce.
or to St. Lucie or Indian River County to get to our beaches. We can't, and I don't know that that's 100%.
No, you got Fort Pierce.
Well, it depends. Over. No, yeah, but that's Indian River County, right?
That's St. Lucie. That's Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce isn't in St. Lucie County,
yeah,
is it? I thought it changed.
No, it's not.
Okay. So there is an entrance over to the beaches in St. Lucie County, but it's clear to another town. It's 45 minutes away. If you live in the middle of both bridges to get to the water, you're about 30 to 40 minutes away from the beach.
And let's not talk about traffic.
When it's literally 2 to 3 miles that way.
The technology thing was called Centennial Grove Technology Park.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was based on what's it saying? It was based on.
It was going to be a data center project.
Data center. There we go.
Well, you know what they might do?
It was going to be 15 million square feet of computer systems and server racks.
Skynet. We're talking about Skynet, aren't we?
You know what they literally could do? They could make a bridge access to the beaches on Walton Road.
Maybe that's
it goes all the way to IRD, and then it comes to the water. It's simply bridge across the river, and you're right to the beaches.
And they started with Crosstown.
Yeah, that might be. You know, it could. But if so, why wouldn't you have that on the books as a possible future endeavor? Because then you shut down the people that are saying, we don't even build bridges to the beach. And it's like, well, we have one in the plans. It's part of this whole... You could sell this better to people if you say, look, we're building a new road through here. We got it approved. We haven't started construction yet. It starts in such and such. But that's going to help traffic flow. We're also building a bridge to the beaches because that way all these amenities are now here for the stadium, for the residents, and for everything around it. But also grants them beach access right over the Midway or the Walton Bridge to the ocean. Because all that, if proposed as separate things but all at the same time, would, I think, appeal more to people because I think, yeah, oh shit, the stadium and all the noise and all that. But we're getting beach access, we're getting new businesses and hotels, we're getting more traffic decongestion by getting this major thoroughfare that goes another one out to the interstate.
But when you sit there and you give it one by one and you don't explain what it's for, I mean, it's the same thing with the job. You want somebody to do something, if you tell them why, you're going to have a better chance of them doing it.
Yeah. If you're hardcore bringing in this massive ass stadium and you're making everybody here think we're doing this off the existing road structure we have, we're all screwed. I mean, we can barely get down PSL Boulevard now.
Yeah.
At rush hour, you might as well avoid it or just stay at work for an extra hour.
We have 3 roads in our area. You have Port Saint Lucie Boulevard, Crosstown, and Prima Vista and St. Lucie West. Those are the only ones that go to US 1 to 9.
3 roads that go east to west over the river
and over the turnpike.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, there's more that go over or under the turnpike, but only those 3 that cross the river.
Continuous road, yeah. Well, continuous roads from US 1 to 95. There's only 3. There's no other continuous roads that go.
Well, no, but that's also because none of them cross the river. The river's the big thing. Because, I mean, that's always one of the big things. Because you have to go either north or south to an access point to get over the river to come all the way back to the middle or wherever you live. Yeah. Or need to go, because there is only, and they fight so hard and nobody wants them to build bridges over that river, but everybody hates the traffic, and I get that it's an issue.
Yeah.
And that to me comes in a lot when you develop an area without forethought for the future of how to plan your roads and infrastructure of it. Hey, if we grow, what are we going to do? I don't know that they ever thought that they were going to get this much traffic and this much residents.
I mean, we have,
because it just doesn't make sense that there's so few ways over that river.
How many people are in St. Lucie County? I want to think it's probably close to 300,000.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure.
But in 2 years, we're going to surpass Broward County in population.
Yeah. I mean, they're already building big homes out west. 390, so almost 400,000 in 2004 or 2024.
Yeah, so almost 400,000 people in this town.
And that was in 2024. We're probably over 4 now.
Yeah. So
we're into almost to 26.
I mean, how are we? When they touted the heart, the heart in the park. They talked about it being a park and bringing in new businesses and bringing in stuff. They have an Aldi and they do have a pretty badass restaurant there. Yeah. Kyle G is supposed to be opening a restaurant there.
It's already open. Okay. I definitely want to go. But the brewing company...
Yeah, the South Paul Brewing Company is phenomenal.
We love it.
We've done some shows from Aldi is awesome, but Aldi is Aldi.
Yeah, I don't know why you put Aldi in a place
right
where you
next to the heart.
Why would you put that in by the heart where you can have all these other high-end restaurants and stuff and make it this whole attraction thing? Who's like, ooh, I want to go to the... Let's go to the heart and then to dinner and then we'll stop by Aldi's to pick up groceries for the... It doesn't make sense. It's like dropping a Circle K in the middle or anything. It just don't make sense.
Put a Wawa there.
I mean, it made more sense to put a fucking weed shop.
It would.
One of them high-end boutique weed shops. It'd fit better than a Aldi's.
Fix the heart. Yeah. Have a weed center. Have a vape shop. Have Kyle G's and have South Paul Brewing Company and a Wawa.
Nah, that totally made me detract from where I was going with that. But anyway, we got to wrap up.
Yeah. So the stadium's going to be built. It's already been approved unanimously by the City Council of Port Saint Lucie County. It's going in Walton and One, right on US 1, where all the traffic is already there. In a convention center with that, they have festivals and parades and stuff already. And
it's the potential of a nightmare, but
yeah. So we're not fans, and it doesn't matter if we are fans or not.
I don't think most of Port Saint Lucie residents are fans.
Yeah, so we'll see if it helps anything, or if they have to raise taxes so high that everybody leaves. But
stay tuned for this as it unfolds. We'll keep checking back in on it.
Everybody from New York and New Jersey.
Oh, they don't even go away anymore.
They'll just move west.
Oh, that sounded horrible. Yeah, they don't go home as much as they used to. It's really, really annoying.
All right. So let us know what you think about a USL1 soccer team.
A stadium.
If they came to your area, a stadium.
The neighborhood they're putting it in. Imagine that they're going to drop it into a very busy area of your town. Where yes, I would love to see some businesses and some goodness go there.
Absolutely.
That is not what I would like to see go there because it is kind of that dead zone right there.
It is.
Which is why it's even an option for them. But yeah, I don't think this is the answer. I just don't.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think.
Ring that bell.
And we'll, I guess in 2027, we'll show you what happens. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Fuck the heart. Okay.
No, right there, within 2 minutes.
Stop. We're gonna cut right there that's why I accentuated the I'm gonna do the cut right there for the intro.
So we'll just count it in a minute.
Right? That sounds like pretty good, right? Just so we're all clear.
Yeah.
Cut.
We got it.
That's awesome. I just had that idea.
I know, you got goosebumps, don't you? I can see it.
I was excited about it.
I can see it.
That's perfect.
He's feeling it.
So they have
hang out with them and then go back home.
They have that enormous parking lot that they can't fill up. They only fill up part of it. So like when they have like the festival, like the carnival.
Yeah.
They have the carnival here.
Well, that's my problem with
the parking area here, and all this area is always empty.
You've got so few people that go out in this area that we can't fill a fucking parking lot for a festival or a food truck invasion or anything else. We can't get it busy enough to fill that parking lot. Yet you think we're going to be able to fill a 6,000 seat stadium?